Hi everybody, Paul Burton, Manager of Safety and Training Services with Arenda. I'm here today to have a talk to you about the new work health and safety legislation that's coming into Western Australia on the 1st of January 2012. When it comes to controlling risk, you must follow a planned and safe methodology. And this is called the hierarchy of control, something I'm sure you're all very familiar with. Now, by following the hierarchy of control, you will ensure that you have systematically found the best solution to your workplace hazard. This starts with elimination. It's followed by substitution, isolation, or engineering solutions. And lastly, we would always look at administration or personal protective equipment. Please do not turn to personal protective equipment as your first and only solution to hazards in your workplace. They are the least effective, and they totally require the person to use the equipment properly. Safety glasses sitting on the top of someone's head will not protect them. Gloves hanging out the back of somebody's back pocket will not protect them. And administrative controls are only as effective as the persons who use them. After all, one of the best administrative controls that we know of are those that apply to driving on the road. Yet every day, people go through a red light. Under the hierarchy of control, we have broken the controls into levels, with the level 1 control being the most effective. And this is elimination. You need to ask yourself, can I get rid of the hazard immediately? An obvious example here would be a cord across a walkway. It's a slip and trip hazard, and it can easily be eliminated simply by unplugging the cord and moving it somewhere safe. Level 2 controls must be applied when a level 1 control cannot be. Now, this can include substitution. And you need to ask yourself, can I replace this hazardous substance with something safer? For instance, chemicals. I'm sure that you could find safer alternatives to some of the chemicals that you're currently using in the workplace. Not always, but where possible, you should try to substitute them. Another level 2 control is isolation. In other words, separating the workers from the hazard or finding somewhere safe to put a hazardous object. Another level 2 control is engineering. Can we build it? Yes, we can. This may include things such as putting up welding screens so that passers-by are not affected by the arc given off by the welder. Level 3 controls include administration, such as safe work procedures, or personal protective equipment, which is effectively the last line of defence. Now, level 3 controls should only be used when there is no other practical control measures available, or they could be used as an interim measure until a more effective way of controlling the risk can be used. They can also be used to supplement higher level control measures. So let's go through that hierarchy of control again. Elimination. You must always try to eliminate the risk. Substitution, isolation, or engineering if you cannot eliminate. And when there's nothing else available, administrative controls and personal protective equipment. You must review control measures to ensure that they are effective. Sometimes one control measure may not be enough. 2 or more controls may need to be implemented to ensure that the best outcome is achieved. But sometimes we may differ on what we agree is adequate. This may be because of different perceptions. And this is where the consultative approach is paramount to its success. Let's remember that the employer does have a legal obligation to address these hazards within practicable boundaries, and time and expense are reasonably practicable. If in doubt, you can seek professional advice or mediation, and where necessary, WorkSafe can become involved. But the control options that you choose need to be one that provides the highest level of protection and is the most reliable. And it must be available. That is, that it can be purchased or made to suit. And it must be suitable for the circumstances in your workplace.